Make the ground shake.
Hey guys, what is going on? My name is Gummy, and today we are back for another Pokemon plushie tutorial, and of course, because Gen 2 just came out on Pokemon Go, we're going to be hitting up some of the Gen 2 characters. Now don't you guys worry if you were excited for some of the other characters, this does not mean I'm done with Gen 1. Just for example, I have an Arcanine statue, or an Arcanine plushie I guess you could say, and also a Rhydon plushie just around the corner, so stay tuned for that, as well as the other evolutions. So let me know which ones you want to see first. But I have in fact got a Flareon, a Jolteon, and a Vaporeon design ready, as well as Umbreon. But today we are doing the final, I guess, one in the list that I didn't mention. Today we are doing Espeon, the pinkish/purple evolution. And yeah, this is the more strong one, or the stronger one, out of the two that just came out in Gen 1, or Gen 2? I don't even know what I'm saying. Gen 2. It's late at night, don't hate me. But I thought I'd get this out because it's a really, really awesome design, and I wanted to do some more Pokemon videos because I stopped doing them for a while, and people asked for them, same with the Overwatch, and now I'm going to start getting back into doing them, even if it's an additional video every single week on top of the already existent schedule. Anyways, the blocks you're going to need to build this are the following. You'll need magenta clay, purple clay, pink wool, blue wool, snow, red clay, red wool, nether brick, blue clay, purple wool, white wool, and nether brick slabs. And again, I want to give credit where credit is due to the person who designed this, which was Russell the Jimmies, otherwise known as Nebula. So I'll leave his information down in the description. Go show him some love and support. I'm sure he'll appreciate it. Anyways, if you want to pause here, grab them blocks into your inventory, that'll be great, and then we can get straight into building. So this is a very, very simple plushie, but it looks really, really cool. So what we're going to do, the main material we're going to need is magenta clay. We're going to start off by building the front side of the body. The front side of the body is a 6x6 square. So we're going to start off with our first layer. Our first layer is of course going to be 6 wide, because if it's 6 tall, 6 wide, that means of course we're going to have to build it 6 wide. So the first layer consists of simply 6 magenta clay. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And that is our first layer. For our second layer, we're going to do 2 magenta clay, 2 pink wool, and 2 magenta clay. And again, that is our second layer. What I'm going to do is after every layer, I'm going to back up. You can pause if you want to. If you don't want to, then feel free not to pause. Hopefully that's simple enough. The third layer we're going to do is 2 magenta, 2 pink wool, and 2 magenta. For our fourth layer, just over halfway, we're going to do 1 magenta, 4 pink wool, and 1 magenta. For the fifth layer, second to last layer, we're going to do 1 purple clay, 4 pink wool, and 1 purple clay. And then for the final layer, we're going to do 2 purple clay, 2 pink wool, and 2 purple clay. Once you've done that, you should have something that looks like this, and as I said, should be a 6x6 square. So essentially, we have 4 layers of magenta, 2 layers of purple, with this big pink wool area in the middle, which kind of represents the chest area. So again, 6 tall, 6 wide, and we will be adding some 3D effects in terms of the legs and the arms, but we'll get to that later on. For now, we're going to start working on the sides of the body. So for the sides of the body, we're going to start off with the left side. We're going to come around to the bottom left corner, come around to the side, and we're going to expand 1, 2, 3 to left using magenta clay. Now the thing is, the sides are 6 tall and 4 wide. However, the fourth layer is already done. This is the fourth layer right here. So that means we're only placing 3 blocks, because logically 1, 2, 3, and then the fourth block is already here, so that's our fourth one. Hopefully that makes sense. So for our first layer, I'm only going to read the blocks we need to place, not the ones that are already there. First layer, we place 3 magenta clay. The second layer, we place 1 magenta clay, 2 pink wool. The third layer, we're going to place 3 magenta clay. For the fourth and fifth layer, we place 1 magenta, 2 pink wool, and as I said, we do that twice for the fourth and fifth layer. And for the sixth layer, we're simply going to place 3 blocks of magenta clay. Now, if you want to transition it a bit smoother from the front, you could put 1 bit of purple there. It gives it a bit more of a corner shape. But again, that's the original design, so I'll show you that. If you want to play around with it, that's up to you. That's cool, and you can go ahead and do that. But anyways, that is the left side. That is a 6x4. Now, the good news is the right side is indeed the exact same. So, theoretically, if you want to pause here, skip ahead and build it yourself, you're more than welcome to do so. However, I will talk you guys through it nevertheless, just in case there is the odd person out there that wants me to. So, yeah, this is what it looks like from the side. again, good opportunity to pause, and then we'll head round to the right side and basically replicate what we've just done. So just like before, we come to the bottom layer. We're going to go 1, 2, 3 to the right using magenta clay. The second layer we're going to place is 2 pink wool, 1 magenta. The third layer is 3 blocks of magenta clay. For the fourth and fifth layer, we're going to place 2 pink wool and 1 magenta, just like before. And then the final layer is 3 blocks of magenta clay. And as you can see, again, 6 blocks tall, 4 blocks wide. That is the right side and is the exact same as the left. And again, from the corner, it currently looks something like this. Okie dokie, so we're making really good progress. When you come around to the rear side now, as you can see, it should look something like this. We have a pillar on the left. There should be a 4 block gap, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then a pillar on the right. So just like the front side, it is indeed a 6x6 square. As I said, 1 on the left, 1 on the right. That means 2 layers are already done, which means we're only placing 4 blocks on each layer. So for the first layer, as you can see, we've already done it. We're going to place 4 blocks of magenta clay. For the second layer, we place 4 blocks of pink wool. And again, I'm going to back up after every layer, just in case you want to pause. For the third layer, we place 1 magenta clay, 2 purple clay, 1 magenta clay. For the fourth layer, we're going to place 4 blocks of purple, and we do the exact same on the fifth. So 2 layers of 4 purple. And for the final layer, the sixth layer, we're going to place 1 magenta, 2 purple, and 1 block of magenta. And that is, again, a 6x6 square, and it looks like this. Now the thing is, we will be adding a tail to the rear side. But what we're going to do first is build the arms and the legs, and then we'll come back to the tail afterwards. In regards to the top area here, just go ahead and fill it in. Doesn't matter which block, it's going to be covered up by the head anyways. But it's just nice to fill it in and get more of a complete fill. So anyways, currently it should look like this. This is the front side, 6x6. The left side, 6x4. The rear side, 6x6. And the right side, 6x4. Okie dokie. So if you come back round to the front side here, which is this part, what we're going to do is again grab our magenta clay and come to the bottom left corner. On said bottom left corner, we're going to place a 2x2 square of magenta clay, and we do the exact same on the right side. So on the left side, we have 2x2 of magenta, 2 block gap, and then 2x2 of magenta. Now, the legs are 2x2x2. That's a lot of 2s, I know. But what we're going to do is on the second layer, on the left side, we're going to place 2 magenta, and in front of it, from left to right, we're going to place 1 magenta and 1 purple. So essentially, this is a 2x2x2 of magenta with the front top right corner being purple. Now we're going to do the opposite on the on the right side. So on the right side, the front left corner is the purple, and the remaining ones are the pink or magenta, I guess you could say. Even though it does look incredibly pink, it is indeed magenta. So as you can see, left foot has got front right corner, right foot has got front left. Apart from that, they are indeed 2x2x2 cubes of magenta clay. Now the good news is the arms are indeed 2x2x2 magenta clay. So what we do is we come to the top left corner. We're going to go to side 1, forwards, punch out this block, and you'll have a floaty block, as you can see, which connects up diagonally. What we're going to do is simply go to the left, down, to right, and then bring it all forwards a layer, and that gives you your 2x2x2. As you can see, it will connect up diagonally to the body, and that will be your left arm. Now we repeat this on the right side, so we go to right 1, forwards 1, punch out the block behind so you have a diagonal connection, and then we're going to go to the right, down to left and forwards, and that gives us a second 2x2x2. So currently you should have something that looks like this. That is officially the arms and the legs. So that was very, very simple. Once you've done that, you are now ready to move on to the tail. Now this isn't quite as simple and might be a bit of a pain to explain. It's simple in theory, but it's again really, really difficult to actually build. It's a bit tricky, let's say. So for this, we're going to come around to the rear side, of course, and we're going to come to this third layer here, which is the purple clay. Now we come to the fourth block from the left, so we go 1, 2, 3, 4. It should be the second block of purple, and we're going to bring it out 2 using magenta clay. So this is a 3D effect. We're extending it outwards. What we're then going to do is extend it a third block out using any block, doesn't really matter. I'm going to use blue wool, and we're going to build it up using magenta clay. 1, 2, 3. Go ahead and punch out the wool or whatever you chose, and you'll have something that looks like this. So 2 blocks out, diagonal up, and up 3. So from the side, it currently looks like this. What we're then going to do, and I'll look at it from as if we're looking at the statue head on, we're going to go up one, so again, just use a random block, to the right one, and then come around to the rear side and extend it backwards one. So in proportion, from the front, we go up one, to the right one, and back one, and then we place a magenta. So we then punch out these two blocks, and as you can see, they connect diagonally. Now that's the part that's kind of tricky, so we'll give you guys a second. From above, it looks like this, and then from the sides, like this. So it's a bit of a weird connection, a bit of a weird angle, but it gives the tail a lot more shape. On top of this block, what we're then going to do is go up 1, 2, 3, so it's 4 in total. And on the left side, we're going to go up diagonal to left and up diagonal to right using pink wool. And that will give you almost like a Y shape. What we're then going to do is on top of each pink wool, we're going to place 2 magenta clay, and that's going to give you the famous tail shape of Espeon here. And yeah, that's essentially the tail. As you can see, it's not that difficult, but it's just a pain to explain because of the diagonal connections. Okie dokie, but once you do have that, that leaves us with one thing, and that is indeed the head. So, we're going to come back around to the front side, and we're going to come to the top left corner. From here, on top of the purple clay, we're going to place a magenta clay and bring it forwards one. What we're then going to do is go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 over to the right, and as you can see, that's a 6 block extension, or 1 block forward, 6 blocks wide, and that is the front overhang of the face. What we're then going to do is come around to the left side, and we're going to expand backwards, 1, 2, 3, 4, and on this side, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're then going to join together by placing 4 in the middle, and that gives us, again, another 1 block overhang, but most importantly, that gives us a 6x6 template, which is going to be the template we're going to be using for the head. So I'll fill this in, just make it a bit easier to understand. As you can see, that is our 6x6. So we've got a 1 block extension on the front and a 1 block extension on the back. We're going to start on the front side first, aka the face. So we've got the first layer, which consists of 6 magenta clay. On top of this, going from left to right, again, bear in mind, if you want to pause on each layer, feel free to do so. We're going to start off by placing 1 blue clay, 1 blue wool, 2 magenta clay, 1 blue wool, and 1 blue clay. On top of this, we're going to place 1 blue wool, 1 snow, 2 pink wool, 1 snow, and 1 blue wool. On top of this, for our fourth layer, we place 1 magenta clay, 1 pink wool, 1 red wool, 1 red clay, 1 pink wool, and 1 magenta clay. For the next layer, which is our fifth layer, second to last layer, we're going to place 1 magenta, 1 pink wool, 1 white wool, so grab the white wool onto your hotbar, 1 nether brick, 1 pink wool, and 1 magenta. And again, if you want to pause, that is the first 5 layers. And then for the sixth and final layer, we're going to simply go place 6 blocks of magenta, and that gives us a 6x6 square. Now, it doesn't very much look like what we're looking for here, and the way we're going to change this up a bit is by adding some 3D effects in the form of nether brick slabs. So we're going to start off by coming to the first layer, come to the third and fourth block from the left, or the third and fourth block from the right, it doesn't really matter, either one, the 2 center blocks, and on the upper half we're going to place 2 nether brick slabs like that. So on the upper half of the first layer, like so, and that's going to represent the nose. Now, in representation of the eyes, and I guess the eyebrows, on each side on the snow, we're going to place one on the upper half, and on the left side, we place one on the lower half of the block diagonal, just above the blue wall, and same on the right side. So the block above the blue wall here, we're going to place on the lower half a nether brick slab, and it will give you something that looks like this. Instantly, that just makes the character look a lot more angry, and a lot more, I guess, interesting than just the flat surface we had before. Okie dokie, so if you want to pause on this very angry looking Espeon without ears and without the rest of the head, then feel free. But the rest of you, I'm going to move on to the side now. So for the sides, again, it is indeed a 6x6. The majority of it is plain, so that's good. The 6th block on each layer is already done. So what we're going to do for the first 2 layers is simply place 5 magenta. So we've got the first layer, second layer, and that's it. For the third and fourth layer, what we're going to do is place 2 magenta clay, 2 pink wool, 1 magenta clay, and we do that again. So 2 magenta clay, 2 pink wool, 1 magenta clay. So that's the first 4 layers. And for the final 2 layers, we simply place again 5 blocks of magenta. So essentially, it is a 6x6 of magenta with a 2x2 square of pink in the middle. To make sure it's in the middle, just go to the top left corner, count 1, diagonal 2, diagonal should be pink wall, top right corner, this one, 1, diagonal 2, diagonal pink wall. Same with this one. So you can do that and you can make sure it's in the middle. That is essentially what it looks like. And we will be adding some 3D effects in the form of pink wool, which I'll show you what to do right now. So come to the bottom right corner, and we're going to count 1 over to the left, and we're going to bring it out 2 towards us using pink wool. Now above that, we're going to place 1, so only bring it out 1, and it will end up looking like this. And it just gives the head a bit more shape and a bit more of like the character of the face. And of course, it's just like the puffy bit of fur is probably the best way of saying it, sticking out the side of the face. So it's not a square head, it makes it look a bit more rounded. Now, of course, we will be doing the ears in a second, but we'll get to that, of course, in a second once we've done the other sides, because that's kind of like the top half. So right now, it should be looking like this from the front. Of course, it will look symmetrical in a second once we've built the right side. But for now, if you want to pause right there, feel free, and from a side angle, also feel free. So, coming around to the right side, we're basically going to replicate what we've just done. So, the first layer is magenta, same with the second layer. The third layer, from left to right, we're going to place 1 magenta, 2 pink wool, 2 magenta, and same again. 1 magenta, 2 pink wool, and 2 magenta. For the final 2 layers, we place 5 magenta, and that will give us, again, our 6x6 square with the 2x2 of pink wool in the middle. And just like before, we come to the bottom left corner this time, count 1 over to the right, bring it forwards 2 using pink wool, and on top of it 1 pink wool. As you can see from the front now, it is now indeed symmetrical, and from the side looks like this. Again, this is the right side of the head, and from an angle it looks like this. Okie dokie, so come around to the rear side of the head now, and you'll notice the tail is indeed in the way, but it is a U shape. And essentially we've got the first layer already done, and we've got the left side and the right side already done, which means we're placing 5 layers of 4 blocks, because 1, 2, 3, 4. So, just like before, the first 2 layers is going to be magenta, so we've got the first layer already done, we place a layer of 4 magenta. On top of this, for the third layer, we place 1 magenta, 2 pink wool, 1 magenta, and we repeat this, so 1 magenta, 2 pink wool, 1 magenta. For the next 2 layers, we're going to place 4 blocks of magenta, and that brings us up to the top, and as you can see, it's a bit tricky to see, in fact, because the tail's in the way. That is indeed a 6x6 square. Now, in regards to the top side, this is a tad easier. All we're going to do is go ahead and fill it all in using magenta, all the gaps, and that leaves us with one last thing, which is indeed the ears. Okay, so it should currently look like this. What I'm going to do, just before we go ahead and do the ears and finish up the video, is I'm going to show you what the head should look like so far. I'll zoom out as well just so you can see the whole body. So it should currently look like this. It should be 12 blocks tall, because the body's 6 tall, the head's 6 tall. And, of course, if you want to pause at any point, feel free. So in terms of the side of the body is 6x4, the side of the head is 6x6. Coming around to the side, the rear of the body is 6x6, the rear of the head is also 6x6, and of course you've got the tail in the way, which is kind of blocking our view a bit, but of course is a really, I guess, nice tail, and a really simple one. It's complicated to explain, as I said, but simple overall. Simple and does the trick. So this is the right side of the body, again 6x4, the right side of the head 6x6, and then coming up to the top side, the top of the head, which again is 6x6. So the final addition to this plushie that we're going to do is going to be, of course, the ears on the left side and the right side. The materials you're going to need for this are the following. You'll need magenta clay, purple wool, and pink wool, so you can get rid of everything else. What we do is we come to the front left corner of the head. We're going to start on the left side. We go forwards 1, and on this block here, we're going to build up 1, 2, 3 using pink wool. Now on this pink wool, we're going to go down to the second block, and we're going to go 1 to the left using pink wool, so it's now like a tetra shape. Underneath this, we're going to go down twice using purple wool, and underneath that, to cap it off, we place 1 magenta. That is the left ear complete. For the right ear, we go to the front right corner, we count 1 in, go up 3 using pink wool, we go down 1 to right 1. Again, looks like a tetra shape. Underneath this block of pink wool here, we place 2 purple, and we cap it off with 1 magenta, and once you've done that, looks like this. And that is your overall plushie, that is your Espeon plushie complete. Now again, I'll show you from a bunch of angles what the ears look like, but it is very, very simple, very self-explanatory, so hopefully you got that. Anyways, with that said, you have something which hopefully looks like this. You have your very own Espeon statue, or Espeon plushie. So if you want to add this to your Pokemon collection on your Minecraft builds, feel free. That'd be awesome. I love seeing pictures of you building them in worlds, so if you want to tweet me a picture at GummyBearGames, that would be great. Also drop me a follow, because who doesn't love having followers on Twitter? And let me know if you want to see the Umbreon statue. I've got one ready, it's just whether you want to see it. If not, I might throw in Vaporeon, Jolteon, Flareon, just, I don't know, any of them. So let me know, and I'll try and get it out probably within the next week. Also, let me know if you're enjoying Pokemon Go Gen 2. I really am. It's really refreshed my interest within the game, because I did, in fact, complete Gen 1, like, literally the week, like 2 or 3 days before Gen 2 came out. So it was really good timing for me, and I'm really enjoying it. So let me know down in the comments below. I'd love to hear. It's always interesting hearing from you guys, and the interaction is always really fun. Apart from that, if you did enjoy it, leave a like on the video, subscribe if you haven't already, and make sure to hit the notification bell to join the notification squad to get a cheeky little email every time I upload, so you don't miss it, just in case YouTube is being YouTube and doesn't let you know. Apart from that, thank you very much for watching. Again, huge credit to Russell or Nebula for the design, really nice. And I'll see you in the next video, which will be coming within the next week. So apart from that, thank you very much for watching. And until next time, my name has been Tom Gummy, and goodbye. Eyes in the sky, gazing far into the night. I raise my hand to the fire, but it's no use, 'cause you can't stop it from shining through. It's true, baby, let the light shine through. If you believe it's true, baby, won't you let the light